Hello, welcome to another video. It's Ultimate19 or Ultimate Gamer 19,000, and I know the stream may look a little weird because you're starting on the ability score screen, but I've tried to make this build 2 times already, and I changed my mind. So yeah, but for an extra intro, hello and welcome to building, ranking, and explaining a samurai fighter in D&D 5e. And for today's build, I will be taking half orc as my race. For ability score improvements, you don't even have to change them, leave them just how they are. For the class, we will be taking fighter because this is the samurai fighter, you know. And for proficiencies, we'll be taking athletics and I say insight because insight is always a good thing to have. For fighting style, we will be taking superior technique. I know you may be asking, oh, why aren't you taking dueling? Because first of all, I don't imagine a samurai with a shield, and personally, I think this build can be a lot more better if you just take superior technique and just go the heavy weapon, the great weapon master's route. But I will get into that later. So for fighting, we will be taking fighting style. You learn one maneuver of your choice from the battle master list. We will be taking riposte. Basically, riposte as a reaction, if someone misses you with an attack, you can hit them back, which is just overall pretty good, pretty strong. You can only use it once per short rest, but it is like an action. It's like your action surge, and people use action surge a lot. So it's not the best, but out of all the fighting styles, this one benefits us the most. So yeah, for our background, we will be taking knight because I guess samurais are like the closest thing to a knight. It's kind of a. I know I'm kind of pushing it, but for our equipment, we will just be taking your standard class equipment. We will be taking chainmail. We will be taking a long sword or great sword or great axe. Your personal preference. I like great swords because I imagine guts when I use someone for great sword. But for flavor, this will be a katana. If your DM doesn't allow you to make it a katana, then move tables. And also, most samurais were actually very proficient with longbows back in the day because katanas were very expensive and they didn't want to use them on every single fight. So sometimes they just like to whip out a longbow and get to shooting, or had like a little dagger. So we will be taking hand axes or a crossbow. I mean, if you want to take crossbow master for no reason, I guess you can. But we'll just be picking hand axe. We'll be taking explorer's pack. No, we do not get spells. Spells, not spells. We do not get spells, feats, or anything of the sorts. So yeah, our level 1 character is done. Basically, our Nova round would be just 2 great sword hits with no, it literally just would be 1 great sword hit. That's our Nova round. As you can see, I mean, it's not bad. It's a great sword at the end of the day. You're still gonna be doing a decent amount of damage. But yeah, now we'll be getting to level 3 is when we get our subclass. So yeah, level 3 we'll be taking the samurai subclass because it's a samurai video. As a samurai, we do get an extra proficiency, either language or skill. I'll be taking skill, performance because that's the one I have left, and then we get fighting spirit. Basically, what fighting spirit does, starting at their level, you can, as a bonus action, give yourself advantage for the rest of the attacks on this turn, and gain an extra 5 temporary hit points. And you can use this feature 3 times, and then you have to take a long rest to get them all back. Very good. It does take a bonus action, which kills the crossbow master route. So sorry anyone that want to play crossbow master samurai, but I mean either ways, advantage on every single attack in your turn is very powerful. And yeah, so our Nova round here would be using our fighting spirit to have advantage. Also using action surge to get 2 great sword hits, both with advantage. Uh, and for some mock damage, wow, we rolled really badly. We do only have a +5 to hit because we use point buy because point buy is the most standard version. Now, if you are rolling for your stats, I would recommend making sure you have a high strength, high constitution, then dexterity, then intelligence, then wisdom, then charisma, then intelligence. Usually in that order. I'd recommend. Maybe if you want to do a little something, maybe have some multi-classing in mind. But anytime I'm reviewing a class, I always do single class, so you don't get confused or anything. We will be skipping all the way to level 7, which is when we get our next feature, elegant, elegant. Cor- I'm not reading that. Starting at 7th level, your discipline and attention to detail allows you to excel in social situations. Whenever you make a charisma persuasion check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your wisdom modifier. Your self control also causes you to gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws. If you already have this proficiency, you instead gain proficiency, intelligence, or charisma. This feature, the first part, whole lot of Japanese. The second part, game breakingly good. Wisdom saving throw proficiencies is so damn strong, and overall, it's very good. You see, even a 10 wisdom, we still have PB bonus. So if we get hit by some type of like mind attack, we won't be fully useless, which is very strong. So now, at level 4, we will be taking a Xander guard's feat orcish fury. We are a half orc, so we can take it. We can either raise our strength or constitution by 1 to a maximum 20. We'll be raising our strength, but we also get some nice stuff. When you hit with a weapon using a simple or martial weapon, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice and additional time and add it as extra damage of the weapon's damage type. Once you use this ability, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Oh gosh, my bad. I've been getting hiccups the whole day. Drink some water, stay hydrated. Immediately after you use your Relentless Endurance trait, you can use your reaction to make one weapon attack. Now, this feature might not get used because we already have, we're already reposting to all hell. But this first feature is very strong. Now, using a great sword kind of does suck with this feature because it's only an extra d6. But if you're using a great axe, you get an extra d12. But granted, I'm pretty sure great axes have a lower average damage, and we're not. So in reality, I think it's probably better to just stick with the great sword. But for our level 6 feat, we will be taking Great Weapon Master. We'll be taking Great Weapon Master. Basically, if you don't know what this does, if he can take a -5 to hit, but an extra 10 damage to your roll. Very strong. And if a samurai fighter will be doing a ton of attacks, mostly all with advantage. So this feature, in reality, the -5 becomes very small. And also, if you score a crit or reduce someone to 0 hit points, you can make an extra attack as bonus action. But usually, we won't be using this because our bonus action's already taken. Um, but if you ever have your bonus action remaining for no reason, I guess dibbly da, you can use it. So yeah, our Nova turn, how it would look like, we would probably be using Great Weapon Master with Fighting Spirit and Action Surge and Orcish Fury. So we'll just be doing 4 attacks, all with Great Weapon Master. Now our two, I rolled really bad. Whew, whew. Well, if you roll better than me, you can do a guaranteed 4 damage if you roll better than me. And also, this is by level 7. I would hope you have at least a +1 weapon. It'd be kind of sad if you didn't. And also, we can add an additional d6 worth of damage to our roll, or an extra d12 if you're taking the Great Axe route. What the? You see, you really can't trust dice in their higher amounts because you can still roll a 1 on your d12 and a 6 on your d6. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But even at then, uncounting these rules, this is a 16 and this is a 18. So no matter what, these two are probably going to hit. And you're still going to get 20 guaranteed points of damage. So either ways, you're still doing very reliable. You're still doing very good damage with this build. So then finally we'll be going to level 10. Because we get a new subclass feature at level 10. Yeah, we do. Okay, had to make sure. So we get Tireless Spirit. Starting at 10th level, when you roll initiative, have no uses of Fighting Spirit remaining, you gain 1. Pretty good. Either ways, it always guaranteed that at least once in a fight, you will always have your Fighting Spirit. Which, and the fact you only have 3 uses too, it's alright, I feel like the build definitely will use. You probably will be proccing Tireless Spirit, especially if you're like raiding a castle and doing like 50 fights. Then Tireless Spirit probably will go into effect a lot more often. And also, you get Fighting Spirit. The number of temp HP you gain from this feature increases to 10. Pretty good. And now finally, oh, I forgot to increase their strength. We actually, okay, so those rolls you saw should be better. So finally, we'll just be capping out our strength. I know this is a 19. I just forgot to add the one to Orcus Fury. So you'll now be 20. Our Nova still has not changed. Our Nova still has not changed, for being honest. We'll still be using our Fighting Spirit plus Action Surge plus Orcus Fury to just unload 4 attacks, all with Great Weapon Master. That's a 12, so I don't think that would hit. But if they were all to hit, now since we have a +9 to hit, so now we'd have a higher chance. We'll still be doing very good damage. I mean, anyways, great. When you start using Great Weapon Master or Sharpshooter, a lot of your builds start to just do ridiculous amount of damage. So we do gain our next level at next samurai feature at level 15. So we get Rapid Strikes. Now this is probably the second most well-known feature samurai gets. Starting at 15 level, you learn to trade accuracy for swift strikes. If you take the attack option on your turn and have advantage on attack roll against one of the targets, you can forgo the advantage for that roll to make an additional weapon attack against the target. As part of the same action, you can do so no more than once per turn. Now, with also your Fighting Spirit increases to 15 temp HP. Now, with Rapid Strikes, you can actually get off some pretty nutty amount of damage in a turn. You will be making upwards to 8, maybe even because if you use Fighting Spirit, wait, hold on, you can be doing 16 attacks in one turn. Granted, none of them will have advantage, but still 16 attacks in one turn is extraordinarily powerful. And there are definitely ways to make you hit more often. So if you would want to, you could take the lucky feat, and honestly I think I will here. The lucky feat just allowing you to roll an extra hit, and when you're doing 16 different attack rolls in one turn, you probably will be getting some natural ones. So having lucky to save you from accidentally slitting your teammate's throat in game can be very powerful. But aside from that, level 14 we will be taking +2 to our constitution, bring that up to an 18. Because extra HP will always be better. So now our Nova round can look a little bit differently. Now we can't just make our standard 4 attacks. This is a sustained build. Then we can, but that will be fighting with Fighting Spirit and Action Surge. We can do another 8. We can do 8 attacks in total, and if you land all of them with Great Weapon Master, that will be 80 base damage. Now, if you do want to, you could just do 16 normal attacks. Now, at a certain point, you will get tired, and if you do roll a 1, lucky, you re-roll. At a certain point, you will probably get tired, but you probably most likely will hit because you do have a +10 to hit. So most likely, all your attacks will be landing, which is very strong. So no matter what, this build at higher levels is just going to be shredding through bosses. And then finally, we'll just go to level 20. Level 20. Our final feature is Strength Before Death. Starting at 18th level, very late, your Fighting Spirit can delay the grasp of death. If you take damage that reduces you to 0 HP points and doesn't kill you outright, you can use reaction to delay falling unconscious. You can immediately take an extra turn, interrupting the current turn. While you have 0 hit points during that extra turn, taking the damage causes death saving throw failures as normal. Then 3 death saving throw failures can still kill you. When the extra turn ends, you fall unconscious if you have 0 hit points. Now, Strength Before Death can be one of those features where, let's say you're fighting a boss and you didn't expect them to do your whole HP bar in one round. Strength Before Death can really just help you. and strength before death can just allow you to Nova. Yeah, your character may end up dying, but by level 20, you should at least have a Scroll of Revivify, a Cleric, a Druid, a Ranger. So many people can cast Revivify. Heck, I even think Artificers can cast it. So, yeah, we will be taking. So for our ability scores, honestly, I will just recommend increasing Constitution, and I guess you could take another feat. Honestly, I don't really know what that. I mean, are there any extra just good outside feats you could really take? I mean, I guess if you want to take Sentinel, you could. No, you already have. I mean, I guess you could take. I guess you could take Sentinel. Just be, but I would definitely recommend upgrading your con, then getting Sentinel. Um, but yeah, you can just get Sentinel, and just no matter what, you're probably gonna be able to do a reaction hit. So yeah, this is a level 20 Samurai Fighter. Overall, this build can be pretty strong, but I definitely would ask your DMs if you are going to higher levels with this build, because at higher levels, this build really does shine. But overall, I feel like this build has pretty good sustained. I feel like this build could do pretty good sustainable damage and doesn't fall off very hard even after you Nova. It's almost like all your turns are still like Nova, because every single turn you can get a nearly guaranteed 40 to 50 damage, just with Great Weapon Master, which is very OP. Let's not act like it isn't. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and oh, almost forgot, ranking this subclass, I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Wisdom saving throw proficiency is very strong. Wisdom, I mean, is very strong. Being able to just gain advantage for a whole turn. Let's say it's the last turn of a fight. The boss is nearly dead, but you don't know if you'll kill it. Fighting Spirit, get an extra 10, get an extra 5 to 15 temporary hit points, and just absolutely ram on the boss can save you a lot of times. So yeah, I think subclass would get a 6 out of 10. On yesterday's build, that subclass would get like a 7 out of 10. The Ultra Knight Fighter is very strong. No, I mean, you know, okay, hold on. I rank yesterday's build an 8 out of 10, and this build a 7 out of 10. I just think yesterday's build was very powerful and very oppressive. This build is still very powerful, but yeah. Also, make sure to get full plate armor. But I feel like that's just obvious. Get full plate. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I think I already said that, but it's so important that you guys gotta do it again. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy your day, night, or morning. See you later. Peace.